Hi everyone. So I will be going over my 4-year journey at the School of Humanity. Also as like a field guide to uncertainty and curiosity because this was like some of the things that I faced along the way. But before going any further, I first want to ask you, have you ever wondered what actually resides on the other side of the unknown and the uncertainty that comes along in life? Because for me, that uncertainty seemed like a bridge. This journey actually begins when the pandemic actually hit as well. Because during this pandemic, I had to pause my traditional schooling and shift to a completely different coursework to independently study. So I was quite unsure about what's coming next. But I still trusted the process and went on this bridge by just being sure that there's optimism still. So halfway throughout this journey, I actually found new hobbies to explore and found out that digital art is now my new obsession. Even then, I wasn't really good at it the first time I actually tried it. But then, during a midst of all the doubt and uncertainty, I found a new beginning. But yes, that new beginning was when I actually got accepted into School of Humanity, where I found that memorization wasn't the actual method of study and creativity was a subject that I could learn here as well. Because back in my traditional school, art lesson actually offered as like a real, where in my first year, I actually learned web development, design, and layout through a project on mental health. And through this project, I learned so many new things on how to actually design stuff, but also create a website that's available virtually. I also expanded my knowledge through a project on stereotypes and media perception, which completely changed my outlook on how news, film, and media can be interpreted. Then, in my second year, I completed a micro-internship with Sign Up with Sari. This micro-internship was about animal activism, through which I learned visual storytelling and design with hands-on practice to actually create these digital illustrations that you see on the screen. But throughout year 2, I feel like it was quite in the mid, while in the progress, when I started facing health issues. And that affected my progress, which led me to a state of burnout. So I decided to take some breaks, and I worked on maintaining a more healthy schedule, step by step. Of course, it was a lengthy process. After all, crossing the bridge of uncertainty comes with its own highs and lows. But every time, I feel like I learned something new throughout it, because with this, I was able to learn effective time management. Then, in year 3, I arrived back more energetically because I completed my first ever EPQ project, and it was quite an experience because I learned a lot more about sustainable consumerism and greenwashing influence through creating an animated short film, through which I learned academic writing, storyboarding, and screenplay curation. Then, in my year 3, I tried a completely different medium, such as game design, by creating an interactive story on existentialism. With this project, I explored more about philosophical inquiry and basic game development. Then in my last year, I built on those basic game development skills to create another project, but this time focused solely on games in the age of AI algorithm and data capitalism, through which I was able to learn diegetic storytelling, dynamic platformer behavior, and visual scripting for game development. Now, taking a pause and seeing where the bridge of uncertainty actually led, because now I feel like I've reached the destination. Sorry about that. So I realized that I discovered so many valuable new things, such as discovering my creative direction and creative pathway. So I definitely want to see myself in the field of visual arts in the future. But then that's not the only thing, because that same bridge also led me to find the most wonderful and lively group of people whom I'm really proud to call my peers and friends. All the conversations, cahoots, and Thursday dress-ups will be something that I'll deeply cherish. And then, not only that, I got to learn from the most inspiring facilitator forever, who I aspire to be in the future as well. So I hope I'm as cool as you in the next years to come, Aisha, because you're the definition of awesomeness. And I also got to make the most precious memories ever that I hold very dear. And yes, shout out to my sister as well, who was always my cosplay buddy, and my friends who were always there to celebrate. I also included another bonus image as well from the American Gothic painting. And yes, that brings me to the end of my presentation by saying two main things: that embracing uncertainty and imperfection is not bad, as it can lead you to something new. An advice to future learners is that passion can't be found overnight, but don't let that try to limit your curiosity to try everything anyways. And a huge heartfelt thank you to the SOS team for encouraging creativity and making education fun. But yes, then again, thank you so much for these best 4 years of my life. But yeah.